Good afternoon, Warriors. Vigor Warriors 2, how are we doing? Hope you guys are on your purpose. Hope you guys are doing well. Hope you guys are following along with your plan, your goals, continuing to get better as we get through the holiday season, through all these crazy times we have. I believe that we are living in a matrix. And so what you see is not really what's true. And it's very interesting to kind of see that. I'm gonna move my, speaking of what's true, let's move my camera a little bit over so a little better kind of way to see you guys. So I'm gonna do a couple today. I'm gonna try to do one first on a nice comment from Babba. And thank you, Babba, for your comment, and I appreciate that. And Babba talks about long streaks based on the last one of the last videos I did about I Don't Care Man. And so I appreciate that. Once again, everybody, please comment and like and kind of give your opinions, and also donate if you feel that your heart's in that. I think that we can always appreciate and use all the money to try to better the broadcast and do different things as we go along. So the comment that was made was talking about the fact that when he, I think, started the streak, or and if I'm correct me if I'm wrong about this, Babba, but I think when you started the streak, you were talking about that you were pretty intense and angry, and then as time has gone on, the longer the streak is, the better, more relaxed you feel. And I think that's true. I think certainly you're going to get that type of feeling. I have had that, and I'm at 565 days, and I had to recount. I counted my monk mode. I think I'm like 90 some days in monk mode. I lose track. I just have little ticks that I mark off, and sometimes I forget to count them, and I'm not counting them right. So I think it's almost 90 days of monk mode, and around there somewhere. And see, I'm only doing it basically kind of just to kind of show that it can be done. So you know, it's not something that is impossible. I think if Malcolm X can do it for 12 years and people like Mike Tyson can do it for 5 years and things like that, it's not impossible. But you're going to find a lot of, you know, tempting times and challenges along the way as you do it. But I think, Babba, your comment is accurate that as time goes on and a streak goes on, your whole lifestyle changes. And so I think the question he was asking was about nutrition and all the things around that. He also talked about the fact that he lost some enthusiasm. So let's talk about that a little bit in this one. And the whole idea is that he's right on a lot of counts here, and I can attest to him saying this because I've experienced the same type of stuff. So let's talk about all three of these type of things. Well, first of all, I think as time goes on, you become a lot more calmer. You become a lot more relaxed in your nature. And guys, I think that's the way human beings should be. And so as you become closer to who you really are and your nature, the important thing to recognize is that it's going to be different than who you were. And that's something that's taken me a long time to kind of come to. And I'm coming to that realization now as we talk about this. And the last time I remember being like this was when I was 12 years old, I believe, 12, 13 years old. And I can kind of remember the times when I first started a lot of this stuff. And I remember before that. And a lot of my memories of things that I enjoyed in my childhood were before those years, which is really strange. But it just shows you that that's my true nature, and that's who I was. And so, Babba, you're exactly right. I think as time goes on, and I'm going through a bunch of bumps here, so sorry about that. As time goes on, you're going to feel a lot more calmer. I was very hyped up when I first started the streak and the journey. I was very angry and anxious, and you could probably go back to some of my earlier videos, and I had a lot more energy that was flying all over the place and not controlled. But as time goes on, you end up really realizing that you can control your energy and control your nature. And so I think in Babba's first comment, yes, you're going to at first have all that energy all over the place, but as time goes on, you're going to be able to control. And I think this is what Napoleon Hill said when he talked about transmuting it. You're learning how to transmute this, so you're going to go ahead and be less intense. You're going to have less anger as time goes on. Now, this is a number of things going on here when you start to retain. You go back to your nature, you end up having all these nutrients in your body instead of flowing out. And it's a world of difference in the person you are. And as a result of that, then, you also are building habits like self-discipline. So we go back to Babba's second point, and he was talking about the fact that his second point is that about food, nutrition. And the thing about that is that, yes, you're going to, because of self-discipline, you're now going to do different things. Like I fast a lot. You know, at my age, I tend to eat still too much. And so when I kind of get those times to eat, I think it's because of maybe just wanting to throw something in my mouth. I tend to kind of eat too much. So I have to go back to fasting, or else I'm not going to see the benefits I'm looking for from all of this thing, the retention and journey I'm doing. So that's something that it forces me to do this. So I think that it goes hand in hand. I think the reason you're doing all these type of things, Babba, is because you're basically learning to be self-controlled. And as a result of that, now you're not as anxious, you're not as upset, and you can concentrate on doing those things that are going to make you a better person and a stronger person. And I think that's important to recognize that you're becoming like that, okay? And that's crucial. Now, the third point you're mentioning, and I think this is also a very interesting point, is that Babba mentioned that he's losing enthusiasm. He's not as emotional at times. Well, this is a very interesting comment and a very good comment, very astute, very bright, and very knowledgeable comment, because you're exactly right. Now, but let me think about this in terms of what's happening to you. And you'll see that you're not really less enthusiastic. Your body has just changed the way you use that energy. So it appears like you're not as enthusiastic, but you have tons of energy sitting there. It's just using it in different ways. So let's just take an example that instead of, releasing energy, or instead of chasing some girl around and, kind of using energy, you're now saving that energy, right? So that energy doesn't know where to go, and basically now it looks for areas to stay in your body and actually kind of work on things, whether it's working on diseases, whether it's working on things in your body to help you, motivate you, do different things, but it's given you a calming reaction. And that calming reaction, I think, can be misinterpreted, because I did misinterpret it as not having enthusiasm. And you could tell in my videos, there's times that at the beginning, I got really excited and emotional times and had energy and enthusiasm. And other times, now as time has gone on, I'm very much more relaxed. There's times I can still kind of raise my voice and do things like that, but I don't feel the need to do that. I don't have that sort of level. So I think, Babba, when you're talking about not as enthusiastic, I think you have to realize that you're probably, I'm just guessing because it's what I did, you're probably comparing that to the way you were before. But you're different now. And your energy is transmuting through your system so that you appear to be less enthusiastic, but you're basically a lot more healthier and a lot more calmer. And once again, let's go into this thing about enthusiasm. If God is in you, which God is in you, and I'm sure, Babba, God is in you, you're going to be enthusiastic. That's what the word, that's, I think Latin it is, Latin or Greek, is God within you. And so because you're enthusiastic, you're always going to be enthusiastic. You're going to have that and choose it. Now, whether you show that or not is something that is more society-based than it is internally and spiritually based. Because as you're on your journey, you're going to become very calm. You're going to become a lot more relaxed. And you're going to at the point where you are really on top of things around you. So there doesn't need to be a lot of emotion. It doesn't need to be a lot of things. And you become that strong leader. And here again, this is where the women become a lot more attracted to you. And people in general become more attracted to you because you're in charge, right? You're in control. You are the person who is keeping their emotions within them, trying to figure out solutions and not going off the deep end. So the thing is that you may not recognize it. It does appear like that we're not as enthusiastic, but that doesn't necessarily mean that you don't have enthusiasm, because what you're doing is you're reaping all the benefits of retention. And I know that comparing that to other people, you're probably going to be compared to be as being calm. I've had people listen to me and I thought I was very enthusiastic, and they said, oh, you have a nice soothing voice. Well, I don't have that soothing voice, but I understand, because that's what I'm becoming. And that's how I'm coming because of the long journey. And I wasn't like this before. So this is where I see the difference. So, Babba, tremendous questions, comments. I hope I answered them. Once again, 3 things we're talking about. When you're on a long streak, guys, just be prepared for a lot of changes inside of you. You're going to have changes. You're going to have changes to who you are and how you behave. And you may go to a time in your life that you were way before you started releasing and all this other stuff that society told us to do. And it's going to be a lot different because you are now a different person. This is a lifestyle change, and this is what I think that I have finally come to understand. That it's not something that is just going to be a short-term type of thing. It's got to be a lifetime type of thing. And some people don't want to make that commitment, and some people do. So, Babba, keep hanging in there and keep going. And I know you're going to succeed in a long, long streak. And congratulations to you, my friend. And don't worry about the enthusiasm. You have that within you because you have God within you. All right, until next time, guys. Battle on.